the committee actually resumes. And just to remind you that you are still on the oath, and I will hand over the floor to council so that we can continue. Thank you. Honorable, yes. You are required to sit properly and face us. Yes.
Before we went on break, we were talking about the first property on the list of about 19 properties
That's right.
that were identified within the TDA.
That's right.
As belonging to the former president or his associated companies.
That's right.
And we were still on the issue of Kotu Point.
Yes, sure.
The first Kotu Point, or as the commission has identified it, Kotu Cultural Center,
yes.
Kotu Point.
Right.
And according to your statement, let's go back.
Yes.
We were still on paragraph 7.
That's right.
And you had explained the allocation, or explained that the land was initially allocated to Moab Investment.
Indeed.
And we do have an allocation letter. I believe you provided that to the committee.
Yes.
Okay. And by the letter, it shows that the land was, provincial allocation was done on the 24th of December 2019.
Exactly.
Yes. And they were required to pay the 5% fee.
That's right.
Did they eventually pay this fee?
They eventually paid.
Okay. And now when the lease was cancelled, or the sublease was cancelled, were they refunded with their money?
Sorry, they were not even allocated. They were not even given a lease, a sublease.
A provincial lease.
The allocation was the one that was cancelled.
Okay.
Yes, they were never given.
They were never given a lease, but the communication, this communication was what was retracted.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
But they did end up paying the fee though.
They paid everything, and we refunded everything, and the records are there that we refunded them. Yes.
According to paragraph 7 of your statement, you stated that the reason Moab Capital, or is it? You called them here Moab Investment.
Yes, Moab.
But according to the letter, it's Moab Capital Company G Limited.
That's right. That's what is in the letter.
You stated that the reason the allocation was cancelled was because you received communication that that said property was already allocated to the ministry,
to Rascom, under the Ministry of
Information.
Yes.
Please, you stated I received instructions via the then permanent secretary. Which permanent secretary is this?
Was Kodu Jabang. Kodu Jabang's.
Kodu Jabang.
Yes, Kodu Jabang. She's now at the same Ministry of Communication and Information, I think.
But when she was communicating these instructions to you, which ministry was she in?
Tourism.
Tourism.
Yes, so she was my permanent secretary, yes.
Okay.
Which I also confirmed with the minister, and I confirmed with the Minister of Communication himself. Then it was Minister Ibrahim Silla. And then the permanent secretary then at Lands was Buba Sanya.
Okay.
Which I confirmed with them all.
All right. Yes. You mentioned that you confirmed with the minister.
Yes.
You mean the Minister of Tourism?
The Minister of Tourism.
And who was the Minister of Tourism at the time?
Honorable Ahmad Ba.
Okay.
And also confirmed with the Minister for Information, Ibrahim Silla.
You made confirmation?
Yes, I did. And also the permanent secretary who said, of Minister of Lands, who said that the land should revert to Minister of Information. That was Buba Sanya.
Okay. All right. So what exactly was the communication from Ms. Kodu Jabang?
She was in a permanent secretary's retreat.
Okay.
And then she called me from there.
All right.
With all the permanent secretaries.
And what did she say?
And
it was a phone call?
Yeah, it was a phone call. Okay. It was a phone call.
And what did she say?
She said that the Minister of Lands have confirmed that the land should have referred back to Minister of Information because the land was leased to the Ministry of Information through Rascom.
You said that the Ministry of Lands agreed that land should have reverted
No,
to information.
Exactly, yes. So
Why would it revert back to information?
Because the land was owned by Rascom, which was under the Minister of Information.
And how would it revert to Rascom? Or
Sorry?
Revert back to information?
No, because
when the lease is
all we did was to relocate more to this thing. We never we did not even write to Minister of Information also. I just confirmed with telephone, and then the instruction was to revoke the allocation of more capital, and then we transfer them, relocate them another land in Tange. That's what we did.
Mr. Camara?
Yes, please.
You received a phone call?
Yes.
And you proceeded to cancel some a lease that has been allocated?
That's right. Not a lease.
Oh, not a lease, but an allocation.
It was an allocation.
You cancelled it
because
of a phone call?
Indeed.
That's it?
Honestly, to be very frank, because
Why?
I confirmed. Because to be very frank, as far as I know, I've been here, it was subject of even the petitions committee. There was a lot of complaint about that land. So when I received this land, this information, I was quick even to do the transfer. And the investor agreed.
You mentioned that you confirmed.
Yes, I did confirm.
What were you confirming?
Whether that land, is it true that that land belongs to Rascom, and was it something that was discussed and that the land should go back to Rascom? I did confirm that.
And you contacted the Minister of Information?
I contacted Ibrahim Asila. I had a discussion with him about it.
On the phone?
On the phone, yes.
So this is not documented at all?
Not at all. The reason why I did not worry, because it's like we did not even have to do with Rascom. Our job is to relocate more which actually they agreed. There was no need to confirm also.
Mr. Camara?
Yes, please.
Did you ever see, as DG, or even before you were DG at the GT board, did you ever see any documentation allocating that property to Rascom?
That property to Rascom?
Yes.
No, I've not seen it.
Before this property was allocated to Moab, did you ever see any documentation that that property was already allocated to?
I did not see.
To Rascom?
No.
So a phone call?
Yes, but
what you relied on?
Yes, indeed.
Is that a normal course of business for you?
It's very normal because the investor agreed.
It's not. We're not even now talking about the investor agreeing to be relocated or not. My question now is it normal for you to just receive phone calls randomly by permanent secretaries and you act on their instructions?
It depends on the case. Depends on which case I'm dealing with. This case, I was confident that that was what they agreed because I did my confirmation. So I was confident.
On the phone?
On the phone, yes.
And what if these people now deny that they never said this to you?
Well, at the end of the day, there is nobody who is penalized. Moab accepted and they wanted a reform without any complaint. So I don't think anybody would complain.
The issue, I don't think you're seeing the issue. You're not seeing the issue.
No, I've seen your point.
What is my point?
My argument here.
No, what is my point?
You were thinking that I should have received a written letter to give that instruction. I think that's your point.
That is not my point.
Oh, then I'm sorry.
My point, apart from receiving a written letter, that's fine for documentation purposes and to preserve the history of that property. Go-to point. But the issue here is this is a big lapse in administration.
That's right.
A permanent secretary calls you one day to say this property does not belong to, should not be allocated to this person, should be allocated to this particular company, and you contact that company that it was allocated to, and they were relocated. And they said, no, actually just refund us our money. That is fine. And you go ahead and have series of phone calls regarding that said property, which is a vast land, very valuable. You can see by now the type of constructions that have been made on said property.
No, I think that is the mistake you have.
Wait, I'm not done. Even if nothing is built on this land, right? This is a land that is subject of the Commission of Inquiry.
That's right.
Heavily investigated by the Commission, recommendations made by the Commission. And I don't know whether after you appeared here to speak to the investigators, you took the liberty to look into the commission's report, but not once did RASCOM come up anywhere in the reports of the commission.
There's nothing like RASCOM
No.
there.
The former president held a lease for that property, a valid lease,
Okay.
which the commission recommended that it should be cancelled and let the property revert back to the state, right?
Okay.
So, as the Director General of the Gambia Tourism Board, you
Right.
made, I don't want to say you made no efforts. Actually, you did not make any effort to find out who owned that property. You just relied on the phone call. You were given information via a phone call, and then you just proceeded to call other people, but did not even try to maybe go to the Ministry of Justice to find out the history of that property, Ministry of Lands to find out the history of that property, and you just washed your hands off.
No, I think maybe I needed to clarify that or qualify that. I wouldn't have done that without the department, the technical department, which is the product development department, supporting, backing what the instruction is. Otherwise, I would not have done that. I would have investigated from the department, and I'm sure there may be documents that relates to that. But I will not just because of the call I made, I will have reverted back to the department. I may not recall all what transpired because it was a long time, but I will not just go ahead without confirming with the technical department.
Did you confirm?
I am 100% sure that I confirmed.
Okay.
Because I will not deal on matters of land without that department advising me. It's not possible.
So you're saying that you confirmed
I
with
must have confirmed.
You
And
must
the-
have.
Yes.
But you're not certain.
I am not sure, but I'm sure if I dig to my records, there will be an advice from them to say they were right also.
They were right about.
To say that the land belongs to RASCOM.
But you've stated here that there's no documentation showing anything about the RASCOM's allocation.
No, what I'm saying, like the allocation, I didn't have it. We don't have a file on RASCOM.
And then no, not even a sublease.
Not a sublease. As far as I'm concerned, I've not seen any sublease.
So it does not exist.
No, but I mean maybe the technical department, because they used to work with the Ministry of Lands, the Department of Physical Planning and Lands, they will have information about that. But I can still investigate. But I know that I will not make a decision without being advised by the technical unit. That's not especially on matters on land. But the issue here is because I know there is no risk to GT board. Still, if that was correct. Okay.
Thank you very much. Mr. Camara.
Yes.
I think before the break, I asked you a question about the documentation of RASCOM. You said there was no documentation, according to you.
No, we don't have a file on RASCOM.
You don't have a file.
As far as I know.
Yeah, you don't have no file, meaning
Yes,
there's no document in place for
That's
RASCOM.
why yes, exactly.
So, and then you are still saying that the technical department might be having the file or the document of RASCOM.
No, they may have information because they used
about RASCOM.
About RASCOM.
And number two also, who was the previous on the list was first given to who?
Which one?
It's the same land that you are
The
referring.
land was given to Moab Investment.
Before Muhab.
Before Moab, that's what I said. They said it was given to RASCOM.
Not the former president.
No, I'm not aware of the former presidents.
So it was between RASCOM and Muhab.
Moab.
This is what you are aware of.
That's what I'm aware of.
Not the former being given to the
Because
former
that's
president.
what I have inherited. What I inherited was allocation. The land was allocated to Moab Investment.
Without no documentation.
No, the documentation are there.
That was Muhab.
Yes, there was documentation. They have a file.
So that the first to be allocated the land.
Sorry?
They were the first to be allocated the land.
As when I took over, I saw that provisional allocation.
So what brought in RASCOM?
No, RASCOM, because as I said, we was told that the land initially belongs to RASCOM. So we should move more.
Initially belongs to RASCOM.
Yes.
RASCOM, and according to you, say the first person to be given the land was Muhab. According to the information you got.
No.
So RASCOM was there just there like a name without documentation.
No, sir, let me explain to you, Honorable, that I would not just go ahead to proceed to cancel or to transfer Moab to another place without making any verification. That I cannot remember. Yes, well, I'm not sure.
Your problem is that you think that because Moab did not protest or did not argue the allocation or being moved,
Yes.
and just decided to take back the 5% fee they had paid, to you there's no problem.
For me,
And that is the problem you have right now.
Oh, okay.
You still don't see the problem.
Well, it's possible because
There's a process that
I am not a lawyer. to be very frank. So I may I may not know whether there is a problem or not. I'm not a lawyer.
Mr. Jabang, how long, sorry, Mr. Camara, how long have you worked at GT board?
I'm the longest serving staff of the GT board as we speak.
That makes the situation even worse.
Yes, well.
Mr. Camara,
Yes, please.
you received a phone call. Is my first, please answer this question first. Is GT board an independent institution?
Semi-independent, semi-autonomous.
Please tell us how GT board is semi-autonomous.
Well, because we are, yes, I could say it could be an independent institution, but because it consists of a board, and the board is represented there. The ministry, the board is the permanent secretary of the ministry. The permanent secretary of the ministry is a member of the board, and the board sometimes receive instructions from the ministry.
Mr. Camara,
Yes, please.
is GT board established by an act of national assembly?
Indeed, yes.
And does the act say that the board is, GT board is semi-autonomous?
It never said also GT board is independent. I have the act here.
So that is why you always concede to ministers and permanent secretaries calling you.
Yes, because in the act, they said we should coordinate with the ministry. That's what it said in the act. Let me we check section 14(2) of the act, functions of the Director General. Liaising with the ministry and all relevant stakeholders to ensure a coordinated and holistic approach to tourism development.
Did you say 14.2?
14, yes, 14(2).
14(2)(d).
Yes, D, yes, please.
So what do you understand from that provision? Is it that anytime you receive instructions
No.
or phone calls rather,
If
you
I'm-
concede to whatever they say?
If I'm convinced, in this case, I was convinced. That is why I went ahead.
Did you not think it's necessary to do to document all of this that you were receiving, the information? Perhaps rather than calling the Minister of Information, writing so that he can respond in writing back to you.
I will
So
check
in
in
case
the
for a
files.
question like this comes up.
I'll confirm again using either checking my laptop as well as the files to see.
But you said there's no file
No,
for
no,
Rascom.
no. I mean, there's no file for Rascom, but there may be a document somewhere about TDA land allocation where Rascom will be mentioned. That's possible too. There are so many reports.
But you
about
did not
TDA.
find that in 2020 when you were making.
Well, I will check again and confirm. But as far as I know, it was when I was told that the land belongs to Rascom. But as I said to you, there is nothing that I will do on land without confirming the technical department.
Who leads the technical department?
That's the product development department. They have some two technical people that work in that department that are very knowledgeable about land, and they work within the Ministry of Local Government and Lands. So I would not have gone ahead if I am not convinced.
Does that department have a director? Perhaps?
Yes, please. They have a head of department.
There's a head of department.
Yes, please.
So apart from the information you received from these phone calls, you don't know anything about the history of that land?
No, that's what I said. I would confirm again.
No, as you are sitting here now, what do you know about the history of that land?
The history of that land.
Yes.
No, as I said, you see, I only knew about that land when I was asked, given these leases of the president. That was when I knew, in fact, that land also is part of the lands that were leased to former president. Then I'm sure that land, I don't know which time was
wait,
Rascom.
as far as leases of the former president are concerned,
Mm-hmm.
you learned about it when the assembly wrote to you. However,
Yes.
you didn't know about that land.
That the land was, that
Was
Rascom.
within the TDA and it was allocated to another company called Moab. Before it was allocated to Moab, who was holding, as far as you know, who was holding a lease? Or was the lease still with
No,
GT board?
it's possible Rascom, before Moab, Rascom will have hold the lease. That's what my belief is.
That is what your belief is.
That's what I
But
would
you
think.
know, here you have a belief,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then there's a report of the Janneh Commission, which investigated properties or assets assets associated with the former, belonging to the former president, his associates, or assets that are associated with him.
That's right.
And in the extensive investigations that they did, Rascom did not come up.
Rascom was not there.
Yes, and I would urge you after today, you go and read the report of the Janneh Commission, especially especially the volume 3 that is on landed properties, please.
Okay.
Because you will see that that property was investigated very well, and that a lease valid was held by the former president for that property with a serial registration number, as you have seen in the document that
And
was
then,
sent to you.
may I also ask, Rascom never had a lease on this? Okay. I'll come back about.
You want to come back here?
Yes, I want. No, I want to come back with the information. I don't say I'm going to. Of course, I will not want to come back here. Why will I come back here? I would not want to come back. I can send the document if I see it. That's what I meant. Yes.
You know, just you can write down that down, but
Yeah.
in part of the document that was requested by this committee from Gambia Tourism Board, and I'm sure you might probably remember this,
Yeah.
is a list of all leases, right, between 2016 to date,
Leases.
sub-leases, granted by the,
Duty board.
yes. And you know what's so interesting? The RASCOM does not appear on this document.
No, it was not duty board that allocated that land. That's what I am explaining. Rascom was not allocated by duty board.
Is that property within the TDA?
It's the property in the TTA.
Okay.
But as you said, as I said to you, duty board never allocated to the former president. Even me, it was a surprise that he has
As
so
far
many
as
leases.
you know.
As far as I know.
It was not
So
allocated
it could be
to
the
the
same
former.
thing that happened to Rascom. Maybe the Rascom was not allocated by duty board. That's why we don't have a file. We don't have a file of Rascom. It's possible another ministry or so, but may not be duty board.
So when you received this call and you had this agreement between you, the permanent secretary for tourism, minister of information, what did you do? You just contacted Moab, wrote to them. Did you even write to Moab?
No, because we have nothing to do with Moab. I think our only problem. No, I mean Rascom. We have nothing to do with Rascom.
I'm talking about Moab here.
Yes, yes, we wrote
When
to
you
Moab.
received and had this agreement that indeed this land was allocated to
Rascom.
Rascom, you contacted Moab and told them that they can be relocated.
Yes, indeed.
And they did not want that.
They agreed.
They agreed.
Yes.
But then somehow they came back to ask for a refund of their money.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, and that was done.
That was done.
Fully.
Fully, yes.
Okay, so what, after you had returned that money to Moab, what did you do with regards to that property?
No, you see, why we could not do anything is because that land.
What did you do?
To say what?
With regards to that property?
We have not done anything with the property.
Nothing?
Nothing is there.
Okay. What is on that property now?
Nothing is there.
Where is that property located?
It's still there.
Where is it located?
At the edge of the road to duplex. Nothing is there.
What is the size of the property, Mr.?
It's in the letter, 70 by, I cannot recall it unless I check my mobile, but it's in the letter.
You know that 75 by 100.
Yes.
75 meters by 100 meters.
Exactly, yes.
It's part of Kanilai Point. Sorry, Kotu Point.
Yes, it's part of us for
The
the
cultural center.
Yes.
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 Which starts from the junction, duplex, going all the way down.
That's right. If you
almost
ask
towards the beach. and then going also towards Palmarima.
Yes, if you ask the
Isn't it?
investigators, they will tell you we had an agreement there when they were like saying they think that all that land that goes to Palmarima, all still part of the Kanilai family farms. That's what I said, well,
Kanilai Cultural Center.
cultural center.
Yes.
So, but I said I'm not aware, and that was when they sent me the document, and I confirmed with my technical team. They did this report, and then that's who told me that indeed all these allocations were part of this list.
This 75 by 100 is part of the cultural center.
It's part of the cultural center. Yeah. But most of them here are also within the cultural center, which is
Yes.
not part of that 75 by 100.
Exactly. So now we all agree that 75 by 100 is part of the cultural center.
It's part of this cultural center.
Exactly. So it belonged to the former president.
Okay. That's what I've seen.
It belonged to the former president.
All right.
Good. So now after you contacted Moab for relocation, that's it. You've decided you've not done anything with regards to that property.
No, because
You even follow up with the Minister of Information, Tourism?
no, because
about that
they
property?
started fencing it. They fenced it. I said I
Who
checked with
fenced
them. The Minister of Information and Communication. They fenced it off.
They fenced it all.
Yes,
Okay.
they are the one that did that fence there.
And there's no document still about the allocation. You did not
No,
find out.
as I said, I know that the Department of Product Development would not advise me if it was not right. And as I said, I will confirm with the department to see whether there is any document to ascertain that that land indeed belongs to Rascom. Because they would not have advised me to go ahead if that was not there.
So, Mr. Camara, if GT Board did not do the allocation for that land, who would have done the allocation?
No, that's what I said. I will confirm. I'll find
So
out.
you don't know? Please.
No, I don't know who have done that allocation.
Maybe say I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, good.
Yes.
So now, Honorable Chair, I'm applying that the witness finds the information with regards to allocation, anything related to RASCOM, and provide it to this committee by midday tomorrow.
Okay, that's granted.
But Honorable, can I also appeal
Yes.
that, as you said, as you see in my statement, that the powers that are vested on you people, I think it's easy for you to get that information than I do. So that's my appeal as well.
Yes,
I said it in this document, in my statement,
Yes.
that to find out from the Minister of Lands who allocated that land to RASCOM.
Yes, but
Because, as I said, the information that my permanent secretary related to me
Yes.
came from Minister of Lands.
that is true. But
Yes.
Mr. Camara, you see, the professional provincial allocation you did to Moab, that was 24 December 2019.
That's right.
And in your statement, you are also very clear that this particular area has a very complex history.
Exactly.
And one would have thought that for the past 5 years, you would have taken the time to do an extensive research to understand really what is all these question marks about this particular land is about. Because this is a TDA land that you mentioned.
Exactly.
So I think the onus was on you after the Janneh Commission had made recommendations for you to find out exactly what's happening with this particular land. Who has actually issued this land to RASCOM or to Moab or whatever, whoever it is. But this almost 5 years now, since the report was presented, and you've made no efforts to.
No, to be very frank, I believe that whatever the case may be, a day like this will come, and then more will be docked into this very land.
Okay.
I told the investigators that this country is a complex society.
Yeah.
Once you start doing a small investigation, they say you are witch hunt. You are witch hunting.
Yeah.
And I try to avoid that as much as possible. And I said that to the investigators. Ask them.
Yeah, but as a leader,
Yeah, so that's why at
as a leader,
times,
you cannot avoid those things.
no, I understand, but this country, we are all related.
Okay, now what we're going to do is, to make it much simpler for you, we can give you all until Wednesday, midday.
Wednesday.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
you at least have at least 48 hours. So you go find out from the Minister of Land and find out exactly this particular land, how was it given to Rascom.
Okay.
In fact, I will even make it further to give you further information also.
Okay.
That Gamtel,
That is fair enough.
Gamtel also knows a lot about Rascom.
Okay.
Because the Rascom was created by the heads of states, and in the Gambia, Gamtel was actually responsible. So you might take a look at lands and also with Gamtel, and you may be able to get some information from them.
I'll turn files upside down in the office as soon as I'm there
Yeah.
to find out, to dig into this information.
Yeah.
No problem.
But you can also check with lands and also Gamtel.
No problem.
Because Gamtel knows a lot about Rascom.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Are you done?
Yes, sure. So.
Okay. From your exchange with the chair, I can deduce that you perhaps tried to do an investigation on the land.
Sure, I would. The way it is
I'm not
featured
saying
here.
that you would. You have done something with regards to that property to investigate, because you mentioned that if you try to look into things, people think you are witch hunting. Did you try to investigate anything with regards to that property?
No, as I said to you, I did not do any investigation. But as I said, I would not have taken the decision if I were not advised by my department as well, if they don't concur with the instruction that I receive.
And if your department was to advise you with regards to that property, wouldn't then there be a file? Or
No.
is there is it a culture at GT board that
No,
files get missing or proper documentation is not kept?
not that. Not that. I think I told the investigators the last time that when I assumed office, some files I did not find. And
What do you mean?
I did not see them. I don't see those files physically. Yes, so that's what I told the investigators. And again, also, I will also look at the number of, because usually we have TDA land reports, status reports. I will dig into those reports properly to see the previous reports that were made, whether RASCOM was mentioned. And I will try to give you the information.
Or the
if I
former
see.
president?
Sorry?
Or the former president?
Okay, the former president.
Because remember, we're not only talking about
Because
this land. There are other properties that we will talk about
In
as
our
well.
reports, I've never seen anywhere mentioned former president. All I used to see company names, etc. But I can tell you, I have not seen in our reports where they said former president. TV status reports, no, not seeing it. Yes, but I will go and reconfirm and look beyond beyond recent years issues concerning TDA status reports, and then I'll try to find out whether RASCOM is mentioned there or not.
All right.
Council, I just want to know whether you are done with this particular one. If you are not done with it, perhaps I will allow you to put all your correction groups into areas I want to do.
For this property?
For this purpose.
No, I'm not done.
You are not done.
Yeah.
Then proceed.
Okay.
When you are done, my area is answered.
All right. So, Mr. Camara, we're still on Kotu Point.
Okay, no problem.
You've stated that it's a complex
Yes, indeed.
land.
Yes, indeed.
I want to agree with you that it is indeed very complex. So, when we look
May
at
I
your
explain
submission
why I said it's
about Moab should just be answered by Honorable Mofana.
They know everything. That's why. They know. Well, it's a member of the petitions committee, and they requested for that file.
All right.
Yes.
So anyway, we still want you to go and
I'll
do your
definitely-
findings.
I will definitely
Yes,
go.
but still on Kotu Point,
Okay.
we have this document that you have submitted, right?
Yes,
The
please.
list that was given to you by the investigators and
Indeed, indeed.
submitted where you've, it has location of property, registration details, and then allocated to the following projects.
Sure. Okay.
You have that with you?
Yes, I have the list.
Okay. All right. So on this document that you've submitted, photo point is allocated to so many people.
Kodu Point, yes, indeed.
So there's Gamex,
Mhm,
and then there's you stated Hatib Janneh's lease area,
mhm.
but that is probably an old lease, is it?
That's why I'm surprised. Very fun, because that all this land was under the lease of this former president. It's a surprise to me, because these were allocations that were a long time before even I thought of being a director, much more a director general.
What about Gamex? Is it old as well?
Government was before I became DG. They had already gotten a provisional allocation.
But when you say, between the point the commission completed its work, March 2019, when did you become DG?
2020 June.
June 20. So that's a year.
Yes, that's the year.
A year between when the commission was
Indeed.
done with its work.
Indeed.
So is it possible that Gamex got the allocation after between March 2019 and June 2020?
Well, unless I confirm, but I know that they've gotten their provisional allocation before I became DG.
Let me just refer you. There's this document that you submitted to the National Assembly. It's on the letterhead of the board,
On this, sorry?
letterhead of GT board.
Yes, please.
And it started a list of project files, land allocation for the period from 2016 to January 2025 sent to the National Assembly.
Okay.
Do you have that?
No, I don't have that on the file. What I have, list of land allocation for the period 2017 to 2025.
You have list of?
List of land allocation for the period 2017 to 2025, as per the letter that you sent us to provide you.
Can you please turn the document? Let me see what you have.
That was this letter that we sent
Yes.
you.
And
this is for the attachment.
we're talking about the same document, Mr. Camara.
No, the title that you mentioned is not on this.
Well, this document is from you.
Well, maybe because National Assembly asked for so many, they made so many requests, both for oral question or so. So maybe it's one of those, but the one that you sent us, this was the response.
Well, we're talking about the same document.
Okay.
Look, go to number 18.
Matrix.
Number 18.
Number 18 is Matrix.
Okay.
New Gambia. Is it the one?
No, on my number 18, it's Gamex.
No, we are looking at a different document. Number 17 is Gamex.
Council, are we together?
Yes, we're together
Okay.
now. Mr. Camara, I was looking at the list of, there's a list of documents or files that were submitted to the assembly. That's what I was, but now we're looking at the same document.
Okay.
Number 17 is Gamex.
Yes, please.
That was allocated after you became the Director General.
No, I think that's where the mistake is. If you look at the letter that I sent you right now about MOB, it was provisional allocation was given in 2019. Provisional allocation is the allocation itself. So the final allocation is when they pay the 5%. So the provisional allocation will have meant that you have fulfilled all the requirements except the 5%. So the allocation indeed was done before I became DG. This one is when they finally made their payment and the letter was signed by the chairman. But the board will have met earlier and give approval to Gamex before the final allocation was given. If you look at their file, the provisional allocation would be before I became DG.
Then perhaps what you should have done is that included another column to say provincial allocation.
I agree with
Isn't
you.
it?
I agree totally. The department response would have done that.
One thing about you, you're always shifting the blame to your department.
No.
As if they are a separate entity from the board.
Maybe you don't know me. Anything about GT board,
I don't know you.
I take full responsibility. I'm the DG. So I would take full responsibility. I'm just explaining that. I agree with you. The department response should have included that one there for ease of understanding. I agree with you.
So you're saying that Gamex was allocated, provincial allocation was in?
Yes, before I became DG, because I cannot remember when, because I'm a board member as well, where this thing was discussed during my time as a teacher in the board.
Interestingly, this other list that I was first looking at says allocation date is 13th May 2019.
13th May 2019. So you see? So I'm right, not so.
You know, the good thing about here is that I don't answer questions.
Thank you. I will not ask again.
Okay.
I am at the receiving end.
So, apart from Gamex, and we have Hatib Janneh's lease area, we have Alcamba tolls.
Yes, Alcamba tolls.
When were they allocated the property?
Alcamba
A part
tolls.
of that property.
Alcamba tolls, think, made their application before I became DG, but it was allocated when I was DG. That one I fully remember.
You know, you were a little bit vindicated with Gamex,
Yes.
but with Alcamba tolls,
Yeah, that's what I said. I said
it's
this
showing
one.
that on both this,
Yes, that's what I
it's
said.
showing that it was
I
allocated
agree.
when you were DG.
DG, yes, very clear.
And prior to the Alcamba being allocated that portion, who was holding as the sublease? Who was it allocated to before Alcamba?
No, I wouldn't know because I don't even know that area was leased to ex-former president.
Now,
Because the land was identified by the technical department that this is a suitable place for Alcamba tolls. So I wouldn't know that, in fact, the former president, the land was leased to them, to him.
you know, you were so eager to answer the question, you did not even listen
Sorry about
properly.
that.
Forget about the former president.
Okay.
On your records,
Mm-hmm.
before allocating that portion to Alcamba tolls, who was holding the lease, sublease for that property?
Sublease.
Yes, sublease.
No, I'm not aware of anybody apart from
So
GT
it
board.
was just GT board, as
GT
far
board.
as you know.
As far as I know.
Okay. And then the other Kirgi, or is it Kirgui?
Kirgui.
Yes.
Yes.
Was also a new allocation.
No.
Or allocation
Before I
During-
became DG.
before you became DG.
Yes, you can confirm.
And from your files,
Mhm.
I hope this is not part of the missing files. From your files, was there any other person or any other corporate entity holding a sublease for that portion?
Land.
Yes.
No, not to my knowledge.
So all of these, a quote point, all of these people that were allocated the land there,
Yes.
the new ones,
Yes, these are all lands.
no
that,
one else apart from GT board
No.
had any stake in it,
Indeed,
as far as you know.
as far as I know.
Same goes with Crestone. So just take a look at that first point and tell us who the new sub-lessees are.
Who did? Sorry?
The new or the leaseholders, the sub-leaseholders.
The allocation holders. Because
Yes.
not all of them have subleases.
What is the difference between allocation and sublease?
A sublease is different from an allocation.
So when you allocate the land, you don't lease it.
No, we don't lease it immediately.
Why?
Because they have to fulfill the conditions of the allocation before we give a sublease.
And the condition is the 5%.
No. There are so many conditions. When you are giving an allocation letter, after the provisional allocation, you are now giving a final allocation with conditions,
Okay, which
Yeah.
are?
which are you have to go and get an EIA, this environmental impact assessment. You have to develop the land to a certain percentage, and you also have to get the permits, that is the building permit, fencing permit, etc. there are a lot of list of conditions.
So you allow them to develop the property
Yes, before they
before they pay the 5%.
no, they pay the 5%. Then we are given an allocation letter with conditions.
And if they fulfill the conditions, that is when.
We give a sublease.
Okay. So all these people, what
Most
they
of them
have
don't
is
have
they were allocation,
They were just allocation, not sublease.
which means they have not fulfilled the terms of the allocation.
Well, if they fulfill the terms and conditions of it, they will come for us to achieve them a sublease.
So if, let's say you allocate for 5-10 years and the terms are still not fulfilled, what does GT
No,
board do?
10, 20 years it would be unfortunate because as far as we know, any allocation, all the allocations should not pass 2 years.
2 years.
2 years. If
And
you
if
don't
there's
meet them,
no-
you give with the reminders, and perhaps the next thing would be to re-enter the land and relocate it to somebody else.
So the portion allocated to Gamex, has it been developed?
Yes.
Do they now, the Gamex has a sublease?
Yes, they have a crop list now.
They have a sublease.
Yes, it's now developed, fully developed.
What about Kirki?
Kirgui, I am not too sure, but I can find out whether they have asked for their sublease.
But do you know whether there's been any development on their portion?
That's where you see Assist Mall now. There is an Assist Mall fully operational.
And Palm Luxurious.
Palm Luxury is the next building after Kirgui. It's a skyscraper as we speak now, but it's not ready yet.
So it's an allocation they have, not a sublease.
Sorry?
What do they have? Allocation letter or sublease?
Allocation letter.
Priority leisure?
The same. That one is almost ready also.
Crestone?
Crestone also the same, only allocation letter.
Ibrahim and Ida Jacobson.
Also an allocation letter. In fact, this one has a story, which if you don't mind, I can say, because I want to be as frank as possible. This land was one of the, these two people were one of the people that were allocated, that bought land at the Bruford Heights. And when it came to the time of allocating them, there was no, you don't find any land. There was no land for them. So they have to be compensated this land. It was a board decision.
What do you mean there was no land?
They didn't find any land. The land that they bought, they could not trace it. I think what happened was the people of Bruford claimed a big portion of land. So the board at the time, or GTA at the time, because at the time of Gambia Tourism Authority, could not find any land for them. They have followed up, written several letters,
So
used
they
lawyers.
bought the land from the GTA.
Sorry?
Who
They
did
bought
they
the
buy?
land from GTA, Gambia Tourism Authority.
Okay.
Yes.
And then?
And they could not see that land. They could know him. They were not allocated any land because there was no land for them in that area. So, in fact, I was one of the guys who was definitely shocked about that. Gambian overseas who bought land, fiscal money, bought it, and who could not get land. So it was taken to the board, and the board says, just allocate them, and he allocate them another land, and they accepted because there was no other land at Bruford Heights to allocate them. So this one is one of those lands. So I say, let me bring that to your attention.
Thank you.
Yes.
TK Motors,
TK
in
Motors.
bracket Sahara Resort.
Yes, this one was also allocated before my time. The provisional allocation was taken.
Okay. And then Sky Limit.
Sky Limit was during my time.
Okay. What do they have? Allocation letter or something?
Allocation letter.
And then you have Gamex Annex again.
Yes.
What do they have?
No, they have a allocation letter as well. That one do not have a list because the property is still not completed.
Yes, we have Games as the first one, and then we have Games Annex.
Yes.
What's the difference?
The problem was that thing they were allocated somewhere, and there was an issue. That was the former, it's called G Wellness land. Somebody claimed ownership, but the land was re-entered during those days.
You mean claim ownership of the TDA?
No, that land was allocated to him
By who?
by the board.
But
And
was it
then-
a TDA land?
It's a TDA land.
Yes.
So it was allocated to him, and then GT board re-entered the land and allocated this Gamex to that land.
Yes.
to him, to
Yes.
Games.
Yes.
So there was a consent judgment that we should refund, that we should revert back to the previous allocation because they hold a lease. So these garments have to be moved to another area. So the land that they have, the land that was available there, they could not have the full land. So that's why they were given an annex to compensate to the total number of land.
The
The difference, exactly.
Yes.
That's exactly what happened. It's a small piece of land.
Mr. Camara,
Yes,
you
please.
just mentioned that this Gamex annex was allocated to somebody and then ended up in court.
No.
Is that what you said?
No, not the same place where they were before.
Okay.
Yes.
It was first allocated to somebody.
Somewhere in Kotu. It was first around Palmarima end, at the other side, behind Palmarima, as we are going to Tamala. There's a piece of land called G Wellness. That's where they were.
So now my question is,
Uh,
how can GT board allocate one piece of land to different people?
No, I think there is a misunderstanding still now. You didn't get me. The land was re-entered, was submitted, the land that was allocated to G Wellness was re-entered by the GT board.
Okay.
And because the guy was found wanting of going to lease the property without GT board approval. So the land was re-entered and given to Gamex.
Okay.
So he went to court, and there was
G Wellness.
G Wellness.
Okay.
So then G Wellness, Gamex was moved to this area where they are now.
And then G Wellness still has.
Their property now, but it's not even the same area, very far away from this land, these leases you are talking about.
Even though GT board re-entered.
No, because there was a consent judgment. There was a judgment to that effect.
All right. Let's go to the second property on the list.
There is Sanyang Kuare.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, interstate project currently occupied by the deep sea port. Interstate was allocated that land.
Okay.
Yes, but now I think it's going to be subsumed by